How long after a tick bite do Lyme symptoms appear? You find a tick, you pull it off, and then the waiting game begins. How long until you know whether you are going to get sick? It is one of the most common questions after a tick bite, and the answer has two parts: how long a tick must be attached to transmit Lyme, and how long after that symptoms take to appear. First, how long a tick must be attached. Not every tick bite transmits Lyme disease. The bacteria live in the tick's gut, and it generally takes time, often 36 to 48 hours of attachment, for them to migrate and be transmitted to you. This is why proper tick removal genuinely lowers your risk. A tick that was attached only briefly is far less likely to have passed on the infection than one that fed for a couple of days. Then, how long until symptoms appear? If transmission does occur, the earliest signs of Lyme typically show up 3 to 30 days after the bite, most often around 1 to 2 weeks. The first thing many people notice is the expanding erythema migrans rash. Here is what that rash looks like, or flu-like symptoms such as fever, fatigue, headache, and body aches. The full list of early Lyme signs is worth knowing. Because that window can stretch to a month, it is smart to keep an eye on the bite area and how you feel for several weeks, not just a few days. What to do right after a tick bite? Remove the tick promptly with fine-tipped tweezers, grasping as close to the skin as possible and pulling straight out. Clean the area and wash your hands. Note the date and, if you can, save the tick or photograph it. Its type and how engorged it was can inform your risk. Watch for symptoms for up to 30 days, including any expanding rash or flu-like illness. When to call a doctor? Reach out if the tick was attached for more than a day or two, if you cannot remove it cleanly, or if you develop a rash or feel unwell in the weeks that follow. In some situations, a physician may recommend preventive treatment after a high-risk bite. When in doubt, it is always reasonable to ask. Visit the link in the description below for more information.